Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Johnny, and today we have a new video where I am going to be showing you one of the best Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go, in my opinion, that you should have on your team. And I feel like it's a really good Pokemon if you are going to be playing battles in Pokemon Let's Go. So the Pokemon today we're going to be talking about is Magmar, and we're going to be showing you my build for Magmar, what I use and what moves it has and what stats it has. So obviously Magmar can be captured in the Cinnabar Island, ladies and gentlemen, at the Pokemon Mansion. I recommend that you capture a Magmar that has at least 5 IVs, 6 IVs, or 4 IVs. A good IV Magmar that you capture with a chain, because this Pokemon will definitely be helping you out later on in the game. And I definitely recommend you to capture a Magmar if you can and build it into a really strong Pokemon. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the nature. I have chosen the Modus nature. I believe this is the best nature for this Pokemon, in my opinion. If you can get this Pokemon with a Modus nature, it is the best Pokemon nature that you can use on this Pokemon, in my opinion, absolutely. So, as you guys can see, we literally have like a 5 IV or 6 IV, I believe, of the stats in this Pokemon. So if you can get at least the highest IV that you can capture this Pokemon in the wild, you should be set to go. Alright, so the moves that I actually have on this Pokemon is Psychic, Flamethrower, and Fire Blast, and Toxic. Man, these moves are really essential, and especially if you're battling against people with legendary Pokemon. Like, this Pokemon is a tank. I will call it like a tank Pokemon because it really does indeed in a battle have a tank type of Pokemon against certain Pokemon. Like, literally it will not go down no matter what your opponent tries. It literally has a good defensive it's a good defensive Pokemon. So I recommend that you max out the AVs in this Pokemon, because it's definitely a recommendation that you max them out. So try to max all the 200 as possible: the special attack, the HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. Try to max them out with the candies, and try to definitely max all of them out, and you should be set to go on using this Pokemon. And try to get to level 100 simply so you can have all your stats up once you make it to level 100. Alright, so let's talk a little about the moves. As you guys know, Psychic is definitely more of a coverage move that I would recommend having this Pokemon with. I don't really use Psychic, but it can come in handy against some Pokemon. The next moves I have is Flamethrower. Now this one can actually be replaced, but I really like having Flamethrower and Fire Blast as two of my flame moves, because I feel like this when I have to battle like a Melmetal or a rock type Pokemon, or a Pokemon that is generally weak against fire, it really is a good move to have. Now, since it's a tank, I usually like keeping Toxic with this Pokemon, because then I just go ahead and use Toxic on my opponent, and my opponent will then be poisoned. Sometimes I take him out and just to use Toxic and poison my opponent and then take a hit. And usually it works at using Toxic on my opponents. Now, since these are all the movesets that I recommend, I know that you can play around with the movesets, and I know that he does have weaknesses against ground, rock, and water, but I feel like he still takes a pretty decent amount of damage as a tank Pokemon. Like, I have had battles with people who literally were using legendaries, and this Pokemon managed to survive a bit of couple hits. And probably at the end of the video, I will probably be showing some footage on some of the battles that I had where this Pokemon came out on top, especially in one of my live streams. If I can get the footage, I'll probably put it at the end of the video so you guys can see what I mean by Magmar being a strong Pokemon. But definitely, if you can shiny hunt it, I don't know if it will work with other natures, but I think it will probably do fine as well as a tank Pokemon with other natures. But in my opinion, I love to use the Modus nature on this Pokemon, because I feel like it's a good nature for it. Some people may think that it might be a bad nature, but I personally, that's my personal nature that I like to use. And if you want to get more defensive, you could also get a different type of nature, like relaxed or bold or something like that. If you want to get a different type of nature, it will work as well. But I got Modus on mine, and with Modus I'm doing just fine when it comes to Pokemon battles. So thank you for watching this video, and if I do end up putting some footage at the end of the video of a Pokemon battle with this Pokemon, you will see what kind of damage this Pokemon literally does when you are in a battle. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.